announced that the IPCMC will be formed. We are also very happy that the new Inspector General of Police, Dr. Sri Hamid Bado, and the top officers of Bukit have also agreed to the formation of the IPCMC. We are also very happy to note that the Director General of GIACC, the Governance, Integrity and Anti-Corruption Department of the Prime Minister's Department, is taking steps to implement the IPCMC. We feel that, we are of the view that IPCMC would actually be important to enhance the reputation and the standing of the Malaysian police force. IPCMC at the end of the day would be positive for the Royal Malaysian Police Force. It is not something to be viewed negatively. The Royal Malaysian Police Force, to a large extent, has got personnel who carry out their duties diligently and in a law-abiding manner. However, there are, as in any institution, some bad apples.
Allied by the Retired Police Officer Association was that they still do not have the support of the majority of police officers in the force, although the IGP himself and his top officers have agreed upon IPCMC. So I think the way forward is we from the Bar Council will, I think we have agreed to further maybe these concerns that police officers have, the misconceptions, we will work on it, and I'll pass on to the others.
Taking off from what Sivaraj says, the concerns of the police officers who are very worried that the new IPCMC is going to somehow breathe down heavily on every police officer, will be involved in every investigation, will be basically be like obstacles to the investigations. We want to make sure that we want to say this is a misconception, that the IPCMC, the way it has been formulated, would really be looking at the most vile, the most terrible misconduct bordering on criminal, if not criminal misconduct of police officers. So we believe that yes, there appears to be, again, I hope it's a misconception, that many police officers do not agree to this, but I like to believe, and having been ex-police commissioner myself in 2004-2005, we found that there are many police officers who would come to us and say that they want the bad apples, as Dr. Rama described them, the bad cops to leave the force, because the majority of the police persons in this country are very good. Police officers are very good. So we're willing to answer every and any question that any police officer has as to how the IPCMC will conduct itself. It's not there to act as obstacles, it's not there to punish, but really looking at the gross misconduct by some police officers. And this would include torture, death in custody, very high level corruption, etc. Thank you.
About 14 years on this IPCMC issue, and we hope that this institution for the public and the police will be implemented as soon as possible. Of late, there are a number of positive signs, encouragement from people like the IGP, the Home Affairs Ministers, who are very much in favor of pushing this institution. What is the basic component of this institution? It is meant actually to instill public confidence in a law enforcement agency. Now, why do we need to instill confidence? It is because the long history of allegations on abuse of power, police brutality, corruption, and things like that are still being talked about in public, and that's going to be very unhealthy. It boils down to a simple question. Take, for example, death in police custody. We all know people die, but the main important thing is we must know the process about which they came to their death. How did they die? So, frivolous answers like slipping on a banana skin and there you drop dead, these are unacceptable. So we need an institution to safeguard public interest, public safety, and also to improve upon the standards in the police force in their service to the public. And this is not to suggest that there are no good police officers. There are many good officers around, and I think they are bright to the public and the police force. But we can't afford a number of bad apples to spoil and tarnish the name and reputation of a very important institution. The police, in its ordinary meaning, the word police is meant to protect you. It means civility, if we check the dictionary meaning. And this is the major part of the component that the Malaysian Bar is trying to push